sake, for f***'s sake. What we gonna do, what we gonna do, for f***'s sake, for f***'s sake. The world's gone mad and I'm sharing it with you, for f***'s sake, for f***'s sake. So sit right down, grab a glass of wine, maybe a cup of tea and some chocolates, and join me for another, for f***'s sake.
Hello and welcome to a very Marde Gras FFS exclamation mark. Yes, it is Marde Gras again. Where did the year go? I have a Marde Gras tree behind me. Yes, it is the Christmas tree, just covered in Marde Gras things instead. What am I going to do? I also have the biggest king cake baby. I did not eat the king cake that would have gone around something of this size, but here he is. Isn't he beautiful? I think it's a he. I'm too scared to look. Welcome. It is, Marde Gras yet again. Now, last year, I thought, well, next year it'll be the full parades. I'll be back. We'll all be back. It'll be fantastic. And people are back, and the parades are going, and it's all going on. And I'm working. I'm finishing making a record. I'm making 2 music videos. I'll be filling you in and showing you some backstage stuff about all of this. But I am work. Apart from Fat Tuesday, when in fact I will be standing on the sidelines watching people breathe heavily over each other face to face in their gorgeous costumes. I will just be wearing something like this on my head, but I'm not going to commit this year because I'm too nervous about getting sick when I have so much work to do and singles coming in, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, so me and the baby, what we thought we would do is we do a little bit of a throwback musically later in the show. Oh yes, I'm being so lazy. But first, I prepared something for you. Matt, you and I prepared something together, didn't we, Matt? The fabulous Matt Midlin, who I forget to thank. Yeah, I'm applauding. He's applauding himself. It's so sad. I forget to thank him every single week, but he's so great. I went last weekend when I got here to New Orleans. I went immediately to run, do not walk, to my favorite parade of the year, the dog parade. I shit you not. Barkus, not Bacchus, Barkus, where dogs and their owners go and watch dogs and their owners parade in the most fantastic parade of all through the French Quarter. And it's all to raise money for shelters and for veterinary help for dogs and for care and to, foster and adopt dogs and take care of all those dogs that are basically thrown to the curb, as we know. If you're a dog lover like me, that means so much. So I took copious amounts of photographs that I'm going to actually show you right now and share with you. The theme could not have been better. How did they know it was just made for someone like me? It was the British royal family. Of course it was. And I want to show you how New Orleans, how they present themselves as the British royal family, especially via dogs. So come with me as I show you my little photo album from the fabulous Barkus 2022. Take it away. First photo, please, Matt. Here we are. Now, when I say this is their idea of the British royal family, I think you can see here what I'm talking about. It's half Marde Gras Indian. What's wrong with that? Nothing. Half Union Jack. Some would say ginger spice. And then the poor little dog, who really, I think she outdid the dog a bit much here. I think there should be more attention on the dog, perhaps. Where was his fan or her fan? A little less on the... Anyway, there you go. There you have it. Marde Gras Indian/Vegas meets Jerry Halliwell. Thank you very much. Next, we have... here she is close up, but there's a woman that suddenly caught up with her to show her the placard, and there's a sexy beefeater there with over-the-knee boots. Show me your kitties. Now, in New Orleans, nothing gets by without a double entendre, innuendo. And this makes me so happy to see that sign. Show me your kitties. That's the sign that most dogs would be holding up. We love that. Next, please. Here we go. Next one. Come along now. Matt, you're asleep, but there you are. Were you fixated with the "Show me your kitties" sign? That's what Matt couldn't take his eyes off it. Some dogs get tired. Here's the captain of his own trolley. Now, this little dog couldn't even be asked to get out, but he is the captain of his own ship. He's lying in his little thing, in his little trolley, and here he goes. But isn't that sweet? That's so darling. I mean, I love the fact that half of these dogs can't be asked to walk, or they're too old, or they're just too, they just don't care. The big ones walk because there's milk bones being thrown left, right, and centre. No dogs fight. There's no dogs fighting whatsoever because the milk bones are coming hard and fast. And anyway, it would be embarrassing to be seen fighting when you're wearing a captain's hat with, say, a pit bull that's wearing a tutu. That's where you have to. You draw the line. You draw the line there on that one. So that's him, the captain. Next, please. Here it comes. Here it comes. Where is it? Operator error. You're not kidding. Are you coming? Operator error. Are you having a problem? Oh no, hang on. I've gone. Oh, here it comes. Here it comes. That was because he was getting me in there too. Most exciting. Barkweiser. Come on. Come on. Barkweiser. Now, below that, I think it says, hang on, it says, yeah, Anheuser-Pooch instead of Bush, isn't it? Bush. Yeah, Anheuser-Busch. Anheuser-Pooch. Look at that little long-haired saucy dog. I mean, really, with his own teddy. There were sausage dogs on both sides, and you just gotta love the owner of that thing that can figure out that they can make a Barkweiser cart thing, Gorgeous, gorgeous. And next. Ah, yes. Okay, this is one of my favorites of all. I stared into this tiny car, the Happy Marde Gras car, and I thought, well, where's the dog? What happened? Has the dog run out? Has the dog escaped? And then I got a bit closer and I looked a bit closer, and this is what I saw in the next photo. Matt, I think if you bring that up. Yeah. I mean, the world's smallest... Is that a puppy? Is that what you asked me? You asked me that early on, didn't you? Is it a puppy? It was smaller than a Chihuahua, so it's got to be a Chihuahua puppy. You notice the crown behind it's too big for it to actually wear. Still, I do like the ornate gown. It's very Queen Mum. So maybe that is the Queen Mum. But it's looking up at its mum. This two gorgeous gay couple who were there, the parents, and it was just sort of like, it did not move from this position. I swear to God, I've never seen anything smaller in my life, but what a gorgeous little dog. I'm not even a little dog fan, but look how beautiful this is. So beautiful. Onwards. Ah, yes, here we go. And speaking of a lovely gay couple, here we have the rainbow lady with her rainbow dog, just to represent the freedom, the sexual freedom that there is, and the desire to be, LGBTQ and beyond. But basically, it's all the colours of the rainbow there, and that lovely little doggy there in his rainbow. That was just beautiful, particularly against a dark, sort of stormy sky. I loved that. I thought that was a great little combo right there. Next. Now, nothing makes my heart warm more than you see your Scotty dog in a tam o' shanter and a kilt. Aye. I mean, you can literally... What is it about Scotty dogs? You can hear the Scottish accent. They look Scottish. You can hear the accent, without them speaking. And this man just went from person to person, putting this little dog's tam o' shanter on just to make us all peel with laughter. I just love it. I love it. I mean, it makes me want to have a Scotty just so I can dress it like that. But it's just gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. I believe that was some kind of, royal outfit of some cavalier or something. Not to be outdone, this man comes out every single year. This is the creature from the Black Lagoon. Or is it an alligator? I think it's the creature from the Black Lagoon. Or is it Godzilla? No, it's the creature from the Black Lagoon. And here he is. With his dogs, because even the creature from the Black Lagoon needs love. He's got his crown on. But what I love about this man's commitment is that he comes every year with a different theme, and his dog's dressed differently, but he's always dressed as the creature from the Black Lagoon / a gator. That's very marvellous. I do love the commitment here. Next. Ah, yes. Snoopy came as the Queen. I believe that is the Queen. It seems to be, she's holding the Queen's handbag. Snoopy, him, he's holding the Queen's handbag. And there you see, of course, a sexy beefeater, just like they have at the Tower of London. Of course you do, as you do, with heels. And again, I'm looking at Snoopy and the sexy beefeater, and I'm thinking, what's in the trolley? Then I see the dogs, and then, yes, I moved in. How? It is the Queen. Obviously, it's the Queen. It could be Margaret. I'm not sure. I didn't ask. But I don't know how they keep glass. Do you know how they keep sunglasses on a small dog? You've got a small dog, Matt. He'd never. Do they staple them on, or is it elastic bands or something? I don't know. But you must admit, the tiara is very pleasing, and then the big diamante brooch on the front. But the sunglasses, I'm sorry, that's an award right there. You know, that's an award-winning dog. Beautiful. And very, very regal, I thought, in the blue velvet. Regal. Next. And there is the Queen. Or shall I say that those are the queens? There were a plenitude of queens. And they were right royal, rainbow, absolutely gender fluid queens. But I really love the commitment. I love the gloves. I love the bags. The hair was fantastic. And these were some of my favourite people coming down here as the great Her Royal Majesty, the Queens of England. Now here's a royal a lion. You often see lions outside Nelson's Column. Would be Trafalgar Square. This would be one of the lions who's kind of crossing over into military dress. I think the lion is obviously leading, what can we say, a bridal dog that does look a little down in the mouth, I have to say. But who is that? Is that Kate? Is it Kate Middleton, do you think? Is that her getting married? Is it Kate? She is the most recent of the royals, I would say. I'm thinking it could be Kate. It could be. But it's a beautiful Kate. Oh my God, of course, what am I talking about? Of course, it's not Kate, it's Barkle. I didn't even see that. That is Meghan Barkle, right there. And yes, I see it now. And obviously, that isn't a lion, that's meant to be Harry. And I got it all wrong. And now I realize that is Harry. And that is Harry with an awful lot of red hair. That's a mane that makes him look like a lion. So just ignore everything I said about Trafalgar Square. Those are, in fact, that is the wedding day of Harry and Meghan Barkle. Thank you. Now, moving on. Now, we really do see here's a bear skin, proper bear skin there. Beautiful sight. Obviously, coming right up behind Harry and Barkle. And a beautiful sight to see coming down the centre of the French Quarter in its authenticity, I think. But yeah, that was a lovely one. That was a beauty, I must say. That was a gorgeous thing to see. It just brought a tear to the eye, I have to say. Now, here we go. Now we're getting serious. I don't know what the butterfly is. I have no idea. But the retriever with the crown and the cape with the ermine. You just can't beat that. Put a retriever in anything, but keeping a crown on it. And then we have a right royal couple. I don't know what century they're from. I don't even know what they're dressed as. But let's be honest. Who cares? There's a bit more of ermine going around her neck. I think he's got some kind of wig, either from the 1980s or it's meant to be the Baroque period. I'm not sure. But it's royal, isn't it? Don't look at the butterfly. But they are a royal trio. And I think that the handmaids, the hand serfs to the great royal retriever coming down there. Ah, yes. Now, nothing says royalty like a Saint Bernard, or as the Americans like to call it, a Saint Bernard, which absolutely, I feel, is positively criminal. A Saint Bernard is a regal dog, and nothing works, I thought, nothing worked as well as seeing the Saint Bernards in the crown and a very authentic cape. as they. I'm not sure what the other ones. The other one seems to be either coming as a crawfish or it's got a girly. It's sort of like a Maid Marian type situation going on there. But there is something unbelievably regal about these dogs and the jowl. And thank you, their owner, for bringing them. The only thing missing, of course, was the giant brandy barrel. But who knows? He might have had that in his backpack or back front. Yes, of course, we all know that this is Prince Harry. Well, Prince Harry was called. I think, now, I do believe this is a French bulldog, but it looks like a French bulldog that's been squashed with a pug. And I'm pretty sure it's a French bulldog, but I do love the coach. The coach is magnificent. The styling, the crown, jauntily positioned over 1 year. It's got everything going for it. And let's be honest, it's a dead ringer for our great Ginger Prince. Thank you. Not particularly royal. I think this beautiful dog was wearing what looks like a football jersey. Nevertheless, I have to say, the most British thing about this dog is that this is a Staffordshire Terrier. This is not a pit bull. This is a Staffy, known as the Nanny Dog in Britain. The gentlest, kindest, most adorable dog that used to be known for always being in the nurseries of wealthy people's homes, because obviously parents were, when you were wealthy, you didn't ever have anything to do with your own children. You had staff for that, and you had a nanny dog. And this is the Nanny Dog. What a beautiful face. Come on. I mean, absolutely gorgeous. And as if to say, yes, but I'm even more regal. There's the corgi in the background there. They're all like mincing around the place, being dragged around. There were lots of corgis. I was a bit disappointed because there wasn't like, a gaggle of corgis done up. I was expecting that, but still, here is this beautiful dog. Lovely touch. A double-decker bus. Keep calm and rescue animals. And that's what I love about the Barkus Parade, is that this is really what it's all about. It's all about raising money to rescue animals who basically have been abused, thrown out, sometimes just brought back from the edge of death, like so many of the dogs down there, especially the fighting dogs, sadly. It's so important, and the people down here do such great work in taking care of the animals and rescuing them. So this is a wonderful thing to see, and it was a very sweet thing to see this little double-decker bus. And I finish with possibly, and I think I forgot to put in the photograph of the man dressed as the knight that looked like it was straight out of Monty Python, Life of Brian. I don't know quite where that went, but either way, there's, to me, a resounding sense of how you mix New Orleans with regal British royalty. And that is, you dress your right kind of royal... This dog was a mix, it turns out, between a basset hound and the most regal dog, the bloodhound, which, by the way, did we all know that the bloodhound is called the bloodhound because only those of true blue bloods, only the very, very, very royals... in days of yore were allowed to own them. That's why they're called bloodhounds, not because of all the copious amounts of blood that looks like in their eyes when they look at you. So this was a mix, one of the best looking dogs I've ever seen, and very regally dressed in... well, first you thought it's a cape, and then you realise it's a crawfish suit, and that's just... I don't know, there's a magnificence to the crown, the crawfish suit, and then the lady-in-waiting next to the right royal dog, the crawfish dog, bedecked in jewels, and a sort of, small pal of taking care of the royal dog. I just loved these two. I thought they were magnificent together, and of course they're begging for bones, but who cares? Look at them. It was just... that to me summed up the whole thing. So I hope you've enjoyed my little collection of photographs from Barkus, because it was just, that's just a handful, but they're just, if you love animals, if you love dogs, and if you think, dressing up dogs, that's so cruel, you got to understand it's such a joyful thing. It's for such a good cause, and the dogs have the best time in the world. It's just a beautiful thing. So that was from last week's Barkus. Now, like I said, thank you, Matt, for doing that. I am in the midst of mixing the album, of making videos. I have not got a chance to think, and I might just make it out for a little bit of Marde Gras Day. But because this is the weekend running up, I thought, you know what? I'm going to see what we did. I don't have David Torkanowsky. You might have noticed nothing has fallen over. No one has walked into any cameras or lights. No one has, smashed a microphone into my face. So he's not around, Twinkle Toes, my wonderful, wonderful musical director on this jazz project. As you know, the fabulous Mr. David Torkanowsky is not with us, but he was last year. And I thought to myself, I wonder what it was like. Well, I was so shocked because it's wonderful, but boy, have we come along. Boy, have we come along in the sound, the production, the way it looks. This is so amazingly, what's the word for it? Sort of low rent. Is that the right way? That sounds bad, but you know what I mean. It's kind of, it's basic. It's basic, and yet you cannot deny that man on the piano is so remarkable. I got him to actually play some of the most well-known New Orleans songs, little things that make you think of this place, but also of Mardi Gras. And yes, I donned that pink wig. Do you remember the pink wig? Those of you that have been with me all this time through COVID. Where is my pink wig? It looks so good. I've got to find my pink wig right now. That's all that I have to say to you. So I'm just going to show you a little taster of what we did last year. Deal with the slight distortion, with the basicness of it. It makes me smile watching it. The fact that we had that much fun during a time when literally nobody was going out, and it really was absolutely shut down here. It's me and the fabulous David Torkanowsky.
Well, I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm gonna need 2 pair of shoes, 'cause when I through walking the blues, I'm gonna get back to New Orleans. Got a suitcase in my hand. Ain't that a shame? I'm leaving here today. Yes, I'm going back home to stay. I'm walking to New Orleans. You used to be my honey, until you spent all my money. There's no use for you to cry. I'll see you by and by, 'cause I'm walking to New Orleans. Walking to New Orleans. I'm walking to New Orleans. Gonna need a pair of shoes, 'cause when I get through walking the blues, I'm going back to New Orleans. I got my suitcase in my hand. Oh, don't you understand that's such a shame, babe? I'm leaving here today. I'm gonna go back home to stay. Yes, I'm walking to New Orleans. You used to be my honey, till you spent all my money. it's bye, 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 bye. I'm walking to New Orleans. I'm walking to New Orleans. Oh, I'm walking to New Orleans, New Orleans. Bye, bye, bye. I got it. I got this. I arrived. Darling, would you give us, just to finish up, do you think you're in the mood just to get your hand on just a tiny bit of Big Chief? Oh, sure. Come on. This is what we all need to hear right now, because this is what makes me think Marde Gras, Fat Tuesday, Carnival. This is what... Burning down, 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 fire levee burning down. This has been the most fantastic, oh, keep going, baby, amazing, joyful time here with my friend, Mr. David Torkanowsky, with them, their fingers, that can do that thing that we love so much from New Orleans.
Watching that, I'm reminded of two things. One, that David Torkanowsky looked more like he was at Burning Man than Marde Gras in his sort of steampunk outfit, I believe. And I was wearing a curtain. But who cares? I think it all looked... Didn't it look very Marde Gras and joyful? Yes, it did. Just the same. It did. So I hope you enjoyed that little throwback to last year. There will come a point, I think next year, when it'll be fun again. I'll be out in full regalia, and we'll all be confident to go on the streets and to actually mix with people and the thousands of crazy tourists, as in behavior-wise, that are out there right now. Yes, can't wait for that. So, but, all I can say is that it has been a pleasure to share this with you today, especially the dogs. And if you happen to be in New Orleans this coming week, or rather the week of Marde Gras, March 3rd, I will actually be doing my debut at Snug Harbor. Yes, the Temple to Jazz here in New Orleans. Snug Harbor for the first time. 2 shows, 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. with the glorious band that includes David Torkanowsky, Pedro Segundo, Lex Warshawski, and Kevin Lewis. And I believe I've even got a special guest just added in, which is the fabulous Ricardo Pascal on sax. So it's going to be an unbelievable night. If you're in town, do come down. If you know anybody in town, send them down. We will be returning to Jude's Place, live from Jude's Place next week. So throbbingly exciting. Join us then. The absolute ridiculous joy and craziness of Marde Gras will be done, but I'm sure I'll have stories to tell and more photos to share with you. Until then, this is a crazy world and things are so strange right now. Let's let's try to smile every so often and let's get through the rest of it as it, what can I say? Here we go. I will see you Sunday. Until then, look after yourselves. I'm not going to tell you to keep your masks on because we're throwing them. We're burning our masks. We're burning our bras. We're burning our masks or wearing them as bras. Either way, it's over. From me and my Marde Gras King Kate baby. Good night. Thanks for spending a little bit of your Sunday with me. This has been me, Judith Owen, and baby, saying a right, for fuck's sake. Is it Marde Gras again? Yes, it is. Much love.